This lesson is shorter in length and is available for those times when you don't have a lot of time. Please make sure you've completed lessons 1 through 6 before practicing this lesson, which concentrates on opening the upper body. Now we'll do a passive chest opener on the floor. So what I'd like you to do is take the blanket from the way it comes off the stag, and you can hold up because I'm going to put you into the other chest opener that's better for you. I'm going to open up the blanket once so that it's roughly 4 foot by 3 foot. Take a second blanket and put it on top of the first blanket. Everybody got that so far? People don't realize that yoga class is going to require blanket folding. We use the blankets a lot to help support us in the posture. And then from the long end, you're going to roll this up. You can come down to the floor if you want to do that. Push the chair aside just a bit and take the long roll right onto your non-skid mat. So, and then all you need to do is come onto that roll, put your head on one end and your backside on the other, and let yourself release over the roll. You can keep your knees bent or extend your legs out if you're more comfortable with that. Whichever way is more comfortable for you. Let your eyes release and relax away from the front of your skull. Let the space between your eyebrows release and relax. Leave a little space between your upper and lower teeth to release and relax your jaw. Let the front of your body open and expand, the right side of your body falling off to the right a bit, the left off to the left, letting the front of the body open and expand, allowing the back side of your body to release into the support of the rolled up blanket. And as you're here, begin to sense and feel and notice your breath. Sense and feel, notice your breath as it's coming into your body. Sense and feel, notice your breath as it leaves your body. Not making changes or judgments, just noticing the breath as it comes and as it goes, sensing the rib cage expanding with the inhalation, releasing with the exhalation. Allowing the breath to wash in and wash out. The arms release and relax, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, backs of the hands, all 10 fingers releasing. Each exhalation allowing the spine to release more and more as the front of the body is open and spacious and expansive. And then bend your knees if they're not bent already. And you're always going to roll to the left. Roll onto your right side. Bring your left arm around in front of you. Use your hands and arms to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. What I'd like you to do now is to put a blanket on your mat if you want to, or if you're fine with just the mat, that's fine. So Ed, you usually need some support underneath your head. I'm going to take one, maybe two. We'll see how it looks on you today. So if you'll lie on your back. Okay, I think I want a half, Ed. Here we go, try that. See, you have a tendency to do this. I want you to do that. You feel the difference? Mm-hmm. So this actually cranks your neck a little bit. This keeps you in neutral position. Yeah. All right, bend your knees. Turn the underside of your arms to face up. Allow your shoulders and hips to release and relax into the floor. Leave a little space between your upper chest wall and the top of your arm so you could fit a little tangerine in your armpits. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Pick your left foot up off the floor. Interlace your fingers beyond the left thigh. Left shin comes parallel to the floor. Now, if this makes your shoulders struggle a little bit to get to your leg, then you can always use a stretch of belt, which will extend the length of your arms a bit. Relax your face, relax your throat, and breathe. Don't stop breathing. Beryl, we're going to give you a little bit under your head since you're off the map there. Stretch and spread your toes, relax your face, relax your throat, and breathe. The inner right thigh rotates to the outer right knee. This is what takes the right leg away from you. It's a rotation of the thigh bone from the inside to the outside, a lateral rotation of the thigh bone. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Bring your left foot back down to the floor, releasing your hands. On your next exhalation, bring your right foot back to the floor and pause for a moment. Then take a breath in as you breathe out. Take your left ankle onto your right thigh. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Pick your right foot up off the floor. Interlace your fingers beyond the right thigh. Stretch and spread your toes. Right shin parallel to the floor. Relax your face and throat and breathe. Inner left groin spins to the outer left knee. The toes are stretched and spread. Face soft, breath soft. Good. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Bring your right foot back to the floor. On your next exhalation, your left foot back to the floor as well. Now, if your chair is right where your legs are going to be, when you bring your legs over to the side, then move your chair a bit. And if you normally have support between the two knees, do we do just one Lee or two?
Yes, it's double.
Extend your arms out to the sides, turning the palms up. Your arms are a little lower than shoulder height. Take a breath in as you breathe out from right where your feet are now. Let your legs come to rest on the floor to the right. So Ed, here's where you would take the blankets between the two knees so that the top leg can rest. And now the spine turns and rotates to the left as the legs release to the right. And the whole of the left side of the body can open and expand. Take the left hip away from the left shoulder. If your shoulder is up off the floor, that's okay, but you might try taking your hand a little bit lower. This has a tendency to allow the shoulder to release. And once again, the left hip moving away from the left shoulder. Relax your face and throat and breathe. Good. Bring your eyes back up to the ceiling. Bring your knees back up over your chest. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Then place both feet back onto the floor. Let your legs rest on the floor to the left side of your body. The right chest wall now opens up, right hip moving away from the right shoulder. Good. Bring your eyes back up towards the ceiling and your knees back up over your chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Then place both feet back on the floor. Find your belt, your strap. And do these shorter. Wrap the belt around the arch of your right foot. Stretch both legs out along the floor unless you're having some low back difficulties, then you would keep the left knee bent. Roll the inner thighs in and down. Tuck your tailbone towards your heels so the legs are straight. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Lift the right leg up. Keep the left side of the pelvis releasing down into the floor. Relax your face and throat. Keep breathing. The legs should be straight. It doesn't matter how high it is. The legs should be straight. Take the belt in your right hand only. Turn and rotate the right leg in its socket to the right. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Bring the right leg up and over to the right, keeping the left side of the pelvis stable. Left thigh releasing down into the floor, and breathe. Relax your face, relax your throat, and breathe. Inhale, bring your leg back up. Bend your left knee. That's the non-belted leg knee. Pick your hips up and move 1 inch to the right. So you're going to pick your hips up off the floor and just move them over 1 inch to the right. Stretch the left leg out straight again, the non-belted leg out straight. Change hands with the belt, so it's in your left hand only. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Bring the right leg up and over to the left, coming onto the side seam of your left leg, turning onto the little toe side of your left foot, reaching through both legs. And the same thing happens here as happened in the simpler, easier twist, and that is that the right hip moves away from the right shoulder. So it's the same. This stretches the leg muscles, the hamstring muscles, the quadricep muscles, and also the piriformis muscle. Inhale, bring your right leg back up. Bend your left knee, place your left foot on the floor. Bump your hips back over to the left a little bit to straighten yourself out. Stretch the left leg out straight. Extend and lengthen the right leg back down to the floor. Good, and just pause for a moment. Then slip your left foot into the belt loop, slip your right foot out of the belt loop. Roll your inner thighs in and down. Tuck your tailbone towards your heels. Reach evenly through your inner and outer feet. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Lift the left leg up. Keep the right thigh releasing down into the floor. Good. Take the belt in your left hand only. Turn and rotate the left leg out to the left. So you're not going to make circles, you just turn the leg out to the left, like your knees trying to smile over towards the windows. Take a breath in as you breathe out, bring the left leg up and over to the left. There you go. Keep the right side of the pelvis releasing down into the floor, and breathe. Good, and inhale, bring your leg back up. Bend your right knee, place your right foot on the floor. Pick up your buttock bones and move to the left a little bit. Stretch the right leg out straight again. Change hands with the belt, so the belt's in your right hand. Bring the left leg up and over to the right, crossing the left leg up and over to the right. Reach through both legs and come onto the little toe side of your right foot. Go ahead and let your right foot come down to the floor. The little toe of the right foot is down on the floor. Reach through both legs and come onto the little toe side of your right foot. Go ahead and let your right foot come down to the floor. The little toe of the right foot is down on the floor. Good, and inhale, bring your leg back up. Bend the right knee, place your right foot on the floor, bump your hips back straight, stretch the right non-belted leg out straight along the floor, then the left leg along the floor as well. And just pause for a moment. Okay, bend your knees, roll onto your right side. Use your hands and arms out in front of you to push yourself up to a seated position. And then bring yourself all the way upright. Okay, come into a relaxed position. So some of you like to put your legs up on a chair seat. Some of you like to be flat, and we're going to do side laying relaxation for you. So I would like you to maybe put some socks on or some overclothing if you're at all cool, or get a blanket to put over top of you if you're at all cool. If you usually take support under your head, you'll take support under your head. So bring yourself on down to the floor and make yourself comfortable. You can be on the roll if you would like. So let your eyes close. Allow your eyes to release and relax away from the front of your skull. Allow the space between your eyebrows to release and relax. Allow some space between your upper and lower teeth to release and relax your jaw. Allow your mouth to release and relax the roof of the mouth, the floor of the mouth, the inner right cheek, the outer right cheek, the inner left cheek, the outer left cheek. Allow your tongue to release and relax in the lower palate. And if you can imagine, even your gums and your teeth releasing. Allow your ears to release and relax and take your sense of hearing inward. Let all the muscles of facial expression release and relax so that your face becomes expressionless. Allow your throat to release and relax. You may need to swallow to do that. The flesh and skin of the skull releases and relaxes away from the bones of the skull. The throat relaxed, the shoulders releasing into the support of the floor, over the blankets. Find and feel your breath. Notice your breath as it comes into your body. Sense and feel. Notice your breath as it leaves your body. Not making any sorts of judgments or deliberate changes. Just noticing, sensing, feeling, watching your breath as it comes and as it goes. Very interesting process because it's a self-study, this observation of the breath. You are the observer and that which is being observed. And each time you breathe out, allow yourself to release and let go a little bit more. The arms release and relax, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, backs of the hands, all 10 fingers releasing. Each exhalation allowing the spine to release more and more as the front of the body is open and spacious and expansive. The buttocks and hips release and relax. Bones of the pelvis releasing into the floor. The legs releasing and letting go into the support of the floor, the support of the chair or blankets. Thighs, the tops of the thighs, the backs of the thighs, the inner and outer thighs, releasing and letting go, the backs of the knees, fronts of the knees, inner and outer knees releasing, the calves and shins, letting go, released. The ankles releasing and letting go, the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and all 10 toes, releasing and letting go. And continue to follow the rhythm and pattern, the sound and feel of your own breath. This is your own life rhythm, oxygen, energy, life breath. This process of turning your attention inward, facilitated by observing the breath, allows you to come away from the surface, away from all those things outside of you that you cannot control. And allows you to begin to find your sense of peace, your sense of tranquility from within, which is really the only reliable source for peace and tranquility. Your breath is always with you until you leave this world. It's a very valuable practice to just spend some time observing the breath, allowing yourself to release with each exhalation. And just allow yourself to rest here for these few moments, not doing, but just being, just breathing. And then bend your knees, wiggling fingers and toes. Bring your attention back to the surface. You might take a deeper and a longer breath and let it go. Bend your knees. If your feet are behind the chair seat, you might point your toes a little bit. Roll onto your side, your right side, and stay there for a moment. That's right, Beryl. You'll come up and over. And then once you can get the roll out from underneath you, lie flat for a moment. And then when you're ready, you can roll to your side. You use your hands and arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can come up into your chair. You can just turn yourself around, maybe sit up on your blankets a little bit. Sit up tall. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, Namaste position. Let your eyes close, let your head release so that the gaze of the eyes, if they were open, would be downwards. And then gently open your eyes. And as you're ready, lift your head. Okay, thank you all very much for attending. There's a traditional greeting at the end of a yoga class. Namaste. Have a great rest of your day and a good week. Thank you all for coming to class.